So basically what happened, okay, if you're wondering what's going on with the Destiny lawsuit, apparently he appeared on stream today to talk about how he won the preliminary hearing, okay? So he is winning the lawsuit from how I understand how it's going for him, okay? So he is winning the lawsuit. It's probably pretty likely that he's going to win the lawsuit. And I can only imagine that the commentary community and J-Stoke are coping right now about all of this, right? So we'll take a look, okay? But yeah. Okay, skip forward maybe just a little bit.
I had to wear my cute little suit. Felt like I was going back to high school today.
Prom night.
We were in a business mode. We spamming. Okay, this is not working.
He looks like a proper adult in the suit. I agree.
Hello?
I'm pretty sure he literally just got back from court, which is why he's in the suit.
Did you record guns in the background? No, it's a live hearing. You have to go.
No.
Stand up full screen.
Pretty big.
Well, because my camera won't be in view.
Pretty big, guys.
We're a real business cat now, you know. Just getting some business done, you know. Here to crush our opponents. Here to be a debate lord, you know.
You can tell he's high off the win right now.
Suit still on is crazy. I'm gonna be honest, I came home and I immediately went the fuck to sleep, so I slept in this and just woke up.
Okay, he slept in the suit and then woke up and streamed.
Oh. Is that the special suit the guy made for you? Yeah, I have 3 of these.
Three of these? Okay. By the way, apparently his suit is like $20,000.
Are they different colors? Yeah, of course. I thought it was cute. One of the clerks when I was in the bathroom, he looked at me and he was like, "Are you one of the new what did he ask me? Are you one of the new
Lawyers?
junior attorneys?" I don't remember. But I was like,
oh.
I had my little suits moment. I was like, "No. I'm just a professional debater, okay?"
Dude. Why?
God damn.
I kind of get it, okay? He's living high off the win right now, so.
One of the things that I said before was I always get like really scared for the upcoming court stuff because it kind of seems like things are really fucked, and every time there's like a hearing or a judge input, it's like somebody's about to get a very brutal reality check. I'm either way too off in my understanding of what's going on, or
everyone deserves a homie like Ari. W. Ari.
W. Ari, dude. Thank you so much for the $2.
they're completely off in their understanding, and yeah, I would say the hearing this morning was very brutal. The plaintiff had to like take a 10-minute cry break at like halfway through her testimony.
Yikes.
I think my feeling is they were getting very frustrated, but
Oh no. Oh no, dude.
oh, zip. Oh my God. And I have
Oh
another person who was there.
no.
Andrew looked at me and he was like, I'm pretty sure that's a public person. That's either one of your fans or one of your haters for you in the back. Zip was in the courtroom today. Dude, did you catch when Andrew told me to call?
Bro, it's over. It's over, dude. By the way, this is why I told you guys. This is why I told you guys I didn't like covering like the specific parts of the court case. Right? This is why I told you guys this. Because I don't want to speak on something that I know jack shit about, right? Like I don't want to speak on yeah, but all these people who actually did speak on the court case. Oh no. Oh no, dude. I mean, sure, the viewers will still probably watch them, right? Their viewers will still watch them, but like, dude, personally, getting something like this wrong, yikes, dude. Okay, I mean, you can cope and downplay it, but like, fuck, I wouldn't. All right, if you made a certain statement that like, oh, Destiny was completely fucked on this lawsuit, not good. Okay. Apparently, it was so bad for Pixie that she went to take a 10-minute crying session. So
down. We were all of us were so happy because oh my God, it's so funny. I had this exact same convo with I don't want to reveal her identity. I'll just say LF.
Oh wait, why? What was the filing's conclusion in court? Basically, apparently, I guess the implication is that the entire time the judge was like chastising Pixie and Pixie side only. Because this is a preliminary hearing, so this is not the conclusion of the case, but I guess it's a brutal reality check for Pixie. That she definitely picked the wrong lawyers, right? That she definitely 100% picked the wrong lawyers. And basically now, I guess it kind of justifies all the times that Destiny has covered his own court case. I guess this entire time he was telling the truth, right? About his own court case, and he wasn't just coping about his own court case. So, you know, this is a brutal reality check for Queeman and Jay Stoke and, you know, all of these people. Right? And all these conservative LawTube channels. Yikes. Is there a document in court? I'm sure there is. But I wouldn't read it. I don't care. I only care about the results! Okay? And this is part of it. Okay.
Yes. And one of the things we were kind of vibing with
Do they care that it's all no, they don't. They don't care.
She said that she felt like really crazy over stuff related to her
like if I were to guess, like the way that they are reacting right now, they're probably reacting like they're probably like coping, right? Like they're probably going like, oh, you know, I don't know, you know, I mean, it's just a preliminary, retard, okay? Just because the prelim doesn't mean that he's actually, doesn't mean that she's actually going to lose the entire court case. So what if a woman cries, right? I mean, don't you know that women get emotional all the time, like even over wins and whatever? And then if somebody in chat asks Queeman, hey, Queeman, do you think that this is a big deal? Queeman will probably say, like, dude, who cares? Who cares? Okay, so I was, like, wrong a little bit, you know? Like, I don't think it was a big deal, right? Like, that's probably what's gonna happen. Okay?
X.
Now, just so you know, I'm not in J-Stock's Discord server. I haven't watched Queeman recently, alright? But, you know, I feel like I catch up often enough to know their personalities and the way that they stream, so.
And that going to family court was like one of the best things ever, because to hear a judge with all the evidence before them just obviously like saying
Foodshops,
like,
it's cold in my place. Okay, I'll lend you a blanket. Do you mind my blanket? It probably has my smell in it. Okay.
this is really fucked, or this person is clearly or obviously in the wrong. She said was like a very gratifying feeling, and I related as well because of the judge input on the last hearing that they did. And can you go full screen? Oh, sure. And then this one was very much the same. Yeah, okay, so Zip 40.
Even if he wins legally, it's because he spent money on Cochrane lawyers, and just because it wasn't found legally guilty, still morally wrong. I fully agree. I 100% agree, actually. Because I'm pretty sure, again, Destiny has spent a gratuitous amount of money on the best lawyers in the world. Okay? So this is a fact. All right? It's the Prince Andrew lawyers. It is the best lawyers in the world. Okay? I'm not saying that. Okay, then I'm saying that. Okay? I do actually think what Destiny did is morally wrong, yes. Because I have principles. I want to be consistent. And this is my way of sticking to my principles and to be consistent, okay? I've said this since the start of all this, and I'll keep saying it until the end. Well, part of it was morally wrong. Like like if you're going about sharing like other people's nudes without like asking for permission, right? And you're not like checking in with them and going like, yeah, hey, is it still okay to like share these nudes? Yeah, of course. Of course it's morally wrong. Yeah. Of course.
5 was there, so he can say if I'm making shit up. But to hear the who is Andrew, my lawyer, to hear the judge asking like what I would consider to be the most.
The thing is that you can say it's morally wrong and still say that, yeah, there's no like legal standing for this case, which it does actually seem like there isn't, right? But keep in mind, okay, the way that Jay Stelk and Queeman, like the way that they operate in terms of this case, is that they will maybe transition their messaging to it being morally wrong, and the legal part of it is not important, okay? Maybe, okay? I don't know. However, I'm here to tell you guys right now, I have always been on the hill that it is morally wrong and that legally it might not have any kind of, thing, all right? For one side, they're transitioning their messaging, okay? For me, it's the same messaging through and through.
Most obvious questions, and he was, oh god, I'm just so paranoid that like I'm gonna start.
What is Jason saying that's wrong with the Pixie stuff? I don't know. Fuck. Right? All I'm saying is that if he is transitioning his messaging, right? That's what he's doing. No? It just seems convenient. It seems like it's somewhat established that they were okay to share findings, like Pixie sent him stuff, Dee sent stuff to Melina, etc. No, because I assume that in Pixie's case, she did ask for permission, right? But then for Destiny's case, he didn't ask for permission, right? From what I remember.
That just something's gonna happen. I'm just not like understanding. I'm getting like way too, I don't want to say overconfident or whatever, or that like I'm not understanding what's going on, but ugh. Oh, I have hot chocolate on my nose. I'm sorry. What did the judge tell you to calm down? No, the judge didn't tell me to calm down. Andrew told me to chill. I was just very, 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 very happy. I was so relieved because the judge started asking. The judge just had so many good lines of question. I'm like, yes, thank God. Like, I would write a note to Andrew, and then the guy to the left of me would write a note, and he would go to pass it over, and I noticed it was basically the same note. And then before, like, either of us would pass it over to Andrew for his cross, like, the judge would just, like, ask the question, basically, like, yes, thank God.
Unless D is misrepresenting this hearing, dude, that would be a huge thing to misrepresent, dude. And that's something, and honestly, that's something that is, like, so easily disproven too, right? Does that make sense? Like, it would be so easily disproven. Fuck. I mean, like, if he's lying, then I feel like that's just so little gain. Like, that's almost like no gain, right? Like, fuck. Like, you're getting like the early message out that you were winning the case, but the moment the case comes out and the papers come out and it turns out that you were lying the entire, it's just like, what are you getting off of that? Like, nothing, right?
Like, because there's a lot of there's just a lot of public commentary about this for people that
saying?
They obviously fucking hate me, but the hatred of me is like clouding their judgment over reasonable things. So like a few lines of questioning, and like in my mind, I'm like, this is so obvious, right? Like it's so obvious. And this is a line of thought that's been carried from Justicle's dipshit stream to Kiwi Farms, where it's like, oh, like if if Destiny sends this video to anybody else, he should know it's foreseeable. Obviously, it's obviously foreseeable that it's going to be published on the internet. And obviously, me and the other lawyer like writing notes, and like,
Yeah, he's talking about people being keyboard lawyers.
wait, how could you even? And then the judge is like, well, hold on. And you're like, didn't plaintiff do exactly that? And they were like,
Also, transcripts are going to be released unless Pixie's lawyers are successful in blocking it. Dude, give me the... Honestly, all right, if Destiny is lying, then yeah, I don't think they should block the transcripts, right? Like, fuck. I mean, it's going to make him look horrible if he's lying, right?
well, that's different because it involves. It's like, but she also did.
Lofus, you have blindness to Destiny lies, though, to be fair. Wrong, okay? Before, I would have considered what you're saying. And normally I am incredibly careful how biased I am, okay? Normally I am very careful with how biased I am, okay? I've said time and time again, I have to check my own biases to make sure that it's not influencing the way that I'm doing my commentary, right? However, like with all the Cameron stuff going down, and how I was justified and right on that, even though I was biased against him or for him or whatever the fuck, and with how all the other things were going down and how I was right on Destiny and shit, like, fuck it. I'm just gonna say it, okay? I am incredibly fair, okay? I think I'm incredibly fair. I check my biases all the time, okay? Like, fuck it. I recognize I'm biased for Destiny. Yeah, of course. Of course I recognize I'm biased for Destiny, but that's why I check it. Yes, that's the point. Yeah.
With her.
Wait, what? I know you're not. You just said I was. Okay, let me just read what you just said. Low Foods, you have blindness to Destiny lies, though, to be fair. Dude. Hello? You can't just say that I'm blind to Destiny lies. And then you said, what? I know you're not a dummy. Just stop playing dumb. Okay, stop. Stop doing that. It's cringe.
Boyfriend at
Right?
the time as well, right? And they were like, yeah. And the judge shut down so many lines of questioning. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Oh, I don't feel like a fucking lunatic. It feels, oh my God, I felt so sane by the end of the questioning.
Every streamer says that. You're right. You're actually right. You're actually right. You shouldn't believe any streamer who says something like that, okay? Which is why you should only make the exception for me, okay?
Holy shit. Oh my God, and one of the most brutal lines of questioning, where Zip Zip, came from the judge. When the judge had to ask like 3 times.
Okay, Loki, you're falling into like the whole bias, like how do you say it? The bias, okay? Fuck, I don't know what else to call it. It's like a fallacy. It's a fallacy of some kind, okay? Where you're saying, oh, just because you're biased in a manner doesn't mean that you can actually make a correct decision or a correct opinion off of something, okay? But that's not correct, is it? Everybody has biases. Everybody has biases, okay? Does that mean that nobody can make any kind of opinion or judgment call on anything? Right? This is why I said you can't get rid of biases, but you can learn to recognize them. You can learn to be cognizant of them. And I do that fucking constantly. And I absolutely hate it when a shitter chatter in my chat tells me that I haven't been cognizant of my biases. Because every single fucking stream, I constantly repeat how I'm trying to be cognizant of my biases. I'm sick and tired of people like you. Okay, I'm timing you out for like 5 minutes, okay? I love you, all right? I still love you.
When Doe was on the scene, he was like, do you have
Okay.
any evidence at all that this happened within statute range? And then it was like, well, somebody messaged me who's...
I'm sorry, this is for my own sanity, okay? You're making me nuts, okay? God.
Sister said that they messaged me, but then they deleted it. I was like, okay, no. Is there any evidence past that? Any strong? And it's like, I don't know. My favorite was, oh my God, my favorite. This is mean. Is this mean? I don't know. When you're in court, you can do like, let me ask you a question, and then the person
Time to take your lithium, you're right.
kind of yaps, and you're like, non-responsive. I'm gonna ask the question again. And this happened like 2 or 3 times. It was so funny. She didn't want to answer. They just had to keep saying.
The issue is you can't just say you're biased. You should point out something specifically you're incorrect about. Yes! Yes! 100%. You can't just say, oh, you're just biased. You can't say anything because you're just biased. Well, no shit, weirdo. Okay? What you should say is, I think you're incorrect about this, and this is why you're incorrect. Okay? And I think you would have said otherwise if you didn't have favorable views towards this person. If you just say, I'm biased, that's bad faith. Okay? Period.
ABMC.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God, which looked so bad. But the when Andrew asked,
Like, fuck, I actually, sorry, fuck, I'm just so mad right now. I actually hate how when people don't recognize the efforts that I put out, okay? I actually hate it. I put so much effort, okay? Fuck, I put so much effort into, like, this, like, recognizing bias thing, okay? Like, fuck. And then when people still treat me so bad faith, holy fuck, I get so mad, okay? I actually become so angry, dude. Holy shit.
the same question like 3 times, and
Like, just know if that wasn't Loki, I would have perma-banned them, okay? I would have perma-banned them if that wasn't Loki, okay? But just because Loki has been in this community for such a long time, okay?
he was like non-responsive. Let me
Okay,
repeat the question.
fuck.
And then she finally like answers. She's like, yes, but then blah 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 blah. And he's like, thank you.
Also, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, oh, the mouse takes a cookie and now they want the milk, right? That's what it reminds me of, all right? That's what it fucking reminds me of. The reason it reminds me of that is because I already morally condemn Destiny. That's way beyond a lot of DGGers, what a lot of DGGers do now, right? That's way beyond a lot of DGGers who don't even morally condemn Destiny, right? So it sounds like I'm giving you some cookies, and now you want the milk too! Fuck you!
Your Honor, strike everything from the record after yes. And then he goes on to his next question. And I'm like, holy shit. Oh my God, it was so brutal. Oh God, fuck. It felt very good. I felt very sane by the end of it. The other lawyer was trying to just ask me the dumbest questions.
I like and respect your perspective. I'm a fan. Thank you. Also, like, again, right? Like, if I was trying to be incredibly pretentious, right? Sorry, I was not listening because I was so fucking, like, mad, okay? If I was trying to be pretentious, I would be trying to cover everything that Destiny says on the lawsuit without me being a lawyer, without me knowing anything about legal proceedings, right? But you know who have been commenting on this thing and not just simply saying, I don't know? J-Stock, Queeman, all of these people, all right? All these people have been commenting on this, on how Destiny's gonna lose the legal case when they don't know jack shit about legal proceedings, okay? At least I admit that I don't know jack shit, right? That should be your indicator for you. That should be your indicator for you, but you're just ignoring it.
But they were like so easy. I don't know if this guy thought he had like some crazy
Fuck!
shit up his sleeve. He's like, didn't you, fuck, what was one of them? Zip, do you remember? I don't know how much into the specifics I want to get, but
Like honestly, if I was really trying to, like, parrot, like, Destiny propaganda, I would have covered every single fucking Destiny stream on the court cases and just constantly said, true, Destiny is right here. I totally know about this. Destiny is right. Yeah, I would have said that constantly again and again and again and again, but I haven't. Do you know why? It's because I don't even know if Destiny is right about this, okay? Okay, fuck.
oh yeah, what a disgusting fuck. There's so many things I wish I...
Unbiased Queen.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not unbiased, okay? But that's the point, okay? I don't say that I'm unbiased, okay? Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Harry.
You
Yes.
could have brought up, but we just didn't have the time. It was only a 2.5-hour hearing. Oh yeah, they were like, is it true that you directed your fans to Kiwi Farms by posting about it publicly? But then later on, the judge asked, well, wait, didn't plaintiff also post about it publicly? It's like, yes, thank you. Yes, they did. Yes. Oh, and then the judge himself, unprompted, brought up, he was like, because I think they were talking about damages or something, or not really, because we weren't out of the damage.
If you acknowledge that everyone has 1,000 biases, then there'll be 2 reasonable responses. Yeah. And here's the thing, like, I even said it before. I have a bias against Jews. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, I have pretty anti-Semitic biases. Okay, but regardless, I'm still covering Israel and Palestine, still covering Hassan, covering whatever X and Y, right? Like, I am pretty anti-Semitic. But the point is that, like, I'm still listen. That's it. All right. Like, fuck.
He's like,
Ah,
doesn't plaintiff posting a public Substack and everything about this, doesn't that kind of exacerbate the issue? I'm like, yeah.
like Eket thought I was joking when I said that I was like anti-Semitic or something. Like Eket thought I was joking. No, I'm not joking. I am actually pretty anti-Semitic. Okay, but I tried to check these. Okay, yeah.
Yes, it does. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, Spies Against Jews. Yes.
Oh my God. Oh.
You are alive, okay? I love you, Loki.
Anyway,
I
it was-
appreciate you. We're in an abusive relationship, Loki. Okay, that's what's going on.
Isn't there a court transcript from today that's public? So if you want, you can do a private hearing. You would have to request in advance, and I don't know if you do a motion or what, you have to say, I would like this hearing to be private. I want to seal the hearing. I want to seal the transcript. They did not elect to do that, although now that the hearing is over, now they have announced that they're going to file a motion to try to seal the transcript, but it was in open federal court. Like, there's a guy in my chat who was there this morning. Like, so I don't know why they think they can. I don't know why they think they can seal the transcript now when they literally held this in open court.
I hope you weren't joking after your 8th daily DM with a picture of Dachu. Who the fuck is Dachu? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't get the joke. If it's a Jewish joke, you know, whatever. I'm Jewish. What gives? Like my own biases, I don't know. Like I just, like, at some point, okay, at some point I kind of found out that, you know, a lot of the way that I talk about Jews is like with actual disregard, like like with actual like malice behind them, right? Like sometimes when I'm like making an anti-Semitic joke, like I'm not, like, I kind of notice that it's not just me like joking or whatever. Like I actually don't like Jewish people to a degree. But the point is that, like, obviously when I'm covering Hassan drama or actually evaluating whether or not anti-Semitism is disgusting, obviously I'm trying to check my biases, right? Like, the thing is that, like, I guess I can't really get rid of my biases there, because the thing is that, like, society has bred them into me. So it's not like I can just, like, wave away my anti-Semitism. But yeah, you know, like,
Court when people were there, but
Dachu was a concentration camp? Oh, okay.
is there a court transcript? Not yet. I don't know how long it'll take for that to become available or ordered or whatever, but
Like, by the way, okay, if I can just snap away discrimination or my biases or whatever, like, I would, okay? Like, but anyone would. But, like, the thing is obviously, you know, you can't. It's a feeling. That's good to recognize. How many Jews have you ever known? Very, very little. That's probably why. I also view Black people, like, with discrimination too, okay? It just comes with the territory of being raised East Asian, okay? That's it. I just have to put in a little bit more extra effort.
crazy how much the
into
judge is
recognizing
repeating
my
stuff you've been
biases,
saying.
okay?
Him laughing at plaintiff's lawyer was cinema. Oh, true. Jesus.
Egghead quibbles. No, but, like, this person is, like, inferring in real life, okay? Like this person is inferring IRL, right? Like IRL Jewish friends. Hi, Foodshops. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing fine, okay? Loki made me mad, but now me and Loki, we're like BFFs, okay? We're like best friends forever, okay?
Did your public coverage of the case on stream come up at all? Not really, but I don't know if they had that line of questioning prepared, but the judge had already asked, like, have you been live tweeting about this case? Have you been speaking about this publicly? Was the Substack public? So I don't know if they just didn't want to go that route or if they just didn't prepare a line of questioning there, but
I don't mean to be racist, but every Black person I work with is lazy. Oh, really? Jesus. I mean, like, I would, like, instead of saying that, I would probably say something like this. Yeah, I think it is, like, racist. I think it is racist for me to say that, but I don't care. I don't care. I am going to say something racist. I am! Okay? Yeah, but that's probably all I would say.
was avoiding your subpoenas. So Abby MC was supposed to sue me as well. I got a demand letter from her saying she was going to sue me by the same lawyers that are representing Pixie, which is also a massive conflict of interest, by the way, but whatever. However, this was like a month and a half ago, and nothing came from it. And now that she's elected to be a star witness on this case, we tried to serve a subpoena to her via Pixie's attorneys, and they're saying, oh, we can't accept service on behalf of that person. So I don't know if she dropped that law firm, but she's staying on as a witness. We've tried to subpoena her at the addresses that the service processor has available. She's avoided she's avoided service at any address, so she's just hiding from any subpoena. So yeah, feels amazing, man. Real good. I'm curious what the other side's framing is. I'm sure they aren't saying we got crushed. What do you think they did well in? They honestly, it just wasn't anything. It was really brutal. Oh my God, even the lawyer. Oh, Zip, do you remember when the judge asked the lawyer, he was like, oh my God, dude, I almost started crying in the courtroom because this lawyer made me feel so fucking insane. Do you remember when the judge asked, in any of the cases that you've cited, I think he asked, has there been a single time where the plaintiff wasn't the one, or the defendant wasn't the one, I think, was it to publish any of this online? Are any of the cases you've cited, is there any case law on that whatsoever? And the guy said, and he had to eventually say, no, there's nothing. Oh my God.
It's pretty bad. That's pretty bad if true. Okay.
That was so...
Pretty bad. Pretty bad if true. Yikes. Again, okay. Again, like, dude, no case law, no precedents. Fuck.
Jesus.
There usually is like a precedence for this kind of shit. Yeah, you know what, Giga Chad Lawyer? We are going to create new legal ground. We are going to explore new legal ground, Giga Chad Lawyer, okay?
Is another hearing tomorrow? I don't think so. The judge was so quick with the case law has nothing to do with this, yeah.
Dude, I hope they recorded it. Like, do you think they recorded it or what? Like, fuck, dude. Fuck! It sounds like amazing content. Like, it actually, like, yeah. Brooklyn, I'm Jewish. Okay, cool.
What's next? I mean, it could take this guy anywhere from 3 days to 3 weeks to publish his recommendation. Who knows?
I think I actually have, like, I think a good amount of my viewers are Jewish, yeah. Well, what responsibility do you have when you're acknowledging your self-harmful biases? Because it seems like being upfront about it is not mitigation of the harm, but more like saving face-esque. No, wrong. No. It's when I acknowledge it, okay, first of all, right? Number one, it is saving face, right? Sure, I agree to some extent, I think, that it is saving face. But number two, all right, you might have said something where in a reality where you have not acknowledged it privately or publicly, you would have said something else, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Right? So like, for example, okay, that's just an example, okay? Let's just say I saw a black person on stream acting like a thug, okay? Let's just say when I'm on stream and I'm like, if I didn't check myself, I would have said something like, God, why do all black people act this way, dude? God, they're so cringe. But then if I go like, wait. Yeah, I guess I am pretty racist. Okay, well, you know, oh, whatever. This one person is acting thuggish. Whatever, dude. I don't really care. Like, now there's a difference. Now there's a difference in the commentary. Do you see that? Yeah.
So what about the damages? Did y'all get to that? No. This is just a hearing on the preliminary injunction. But we're bringing up the subject matter jurisdiction a lot because the other side has no evidence. And they're wasting the court's time by having so much being pushed on this case when there is no subject matter jurisdiction. The court shouldn't probably be hearing this case because they have no evidence of the federal statute. There's no diversity jurisdiction between me and plaintiff. We both live in the same state, so. What are the range of possibilities for his ruling? I mean, the range is all the way from the judge decides, actually, I think I'm going to fully grant this preliminary injunction, which is unlikely, all the way to the case gets...
This audience only has a higher percentage of Jews than the population. Dude, not gonna lie, I need more IDF soldiers in here. I think I've unironically said that, okay? Yeah. I just want to hear about this case. Your racism isn't my problem. Okay. Then you can hear about this case. I don't care.
The recommendation that the case gets tossed, which is probably not as likely. This was just a hearing for the preliminary injunction, but obviously we're pushing really hard on the subject matter jurisdiction now anytime we can, because there's no reason for the court doesn't have the authority to hear this case, right? Do they mention sanctions for their behavior? No, we didn't get into any of that or whatever. Are you gonna go over the transcript once it's out? Yeah, maybe.
Wait, hold on. By the way, if you just wanted to hear about this case, you could have just like went to his VOD. You don't have to watch my commentary on it, dude. Like, Jesus. The entire point of watching this is because, like, you're getting my commentary along with this. All right, no matter what it is, if that makes sense.
Oof, I feel like
what? That makes no sense, dude.
Yeah, fuck it.
So
I don't think it
Bammy,
matters.
bro, you can just leave. You're dismissed. Jesus.
Oh, do you remember when Brettler objected hearsay and plaintiff said, oh, yeah, when Doe said, that's not hearsay, and then the judge said, I'll decide what's hearsay. Oh, true. Man, I feel like if you're testifying, I feel like you should be like very snappy. Like hopefully that came through, Zip. I don't know when you're like, I feel like my testimony was like very concise, very to the point. Yes, no, I don't recall. What I've heard, and then obviously what I've been told as well, is that speculating on the bench is it on the bench? On the stand is a really bad idea. If somebody's like, what do you think, when did this happen? You're like, well, I'm not sure, but there was this date, and then this happened, and blah, blah. And yeah, there was a lot of yapping. Destiny, was it hearsay? It might have been, but this was a it's a preliminary injunction hearing. I think he allowed a lot. The judge allowed a lot more than ordinary because it is just a PI hearing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to enrage you, Lo. To be clear, I coming from a place of I know you tried to be fair, unbiased. This is the only thing we see different on. It's not cause. Okay, you don't have to explain anything. Okay, stop. Now you're putting me in the awkward. Stop. No. Stop. Stop typing. Seriously.
It's not like we were in front of a jury or anything like that. So.
Wait, what the fuck? My background looks like Destiny's. Right? In a way. In a way, my background does look like Destiny's. Okay. like obviously it's not exactly the same, but like the vibe, the ratio, the vibe kind of, yeah.
Can you explain what a preliminary injunction is? What happens next if granted? A preliminary injunction allows the court to enjoin the behavior of somebody in a lawsuit prior to the actual litigation of the matters themselves. So before a jury hears anything, a preliminary injunction allows a judge to say, hey, we're going to enjoin or stop a person from engaging in this behavior because we feel like there's 4 elements to granting a PI. I don't remember them all. It's like you have to show on a balance of probabilities that you'll win. You have to show that in a balance of equities.
Destiny News Orbit? No, he blocked me. Probably not.
It makes sense to grant it, which I think means it's more beneficial than not, I think. You have to show that it's not overly burdensome, I think, to the person that the PI is granted towards, and you have to, and there's one other element, I don't remember, but the PI, again, that they're granting is, God, I'm so happy that the judge fucking...
Why would he block my queen? Because I was DMing him about the Pixie stuff. I was DMing him. I was like, dude, is it true that you leaked nudes? Yep. No shame.
Honed in on this.
Which again, yeah, like I mean, if I get blocked by Destiny, by being morally consistent, there's just no reason to get mad at me. Like fuck, like dude.
because the plaintiff is like disgustingly trying to, they so badly want to rope me into kiwi farms. They're desperate.
Oh.
They're desperate to do it. But again, and I think Andrew brought that up, right, to the judge. When sorry, I just read that thing. Fuck, my mind
It's
is
just
like,
true
I'm so tired. I didn't
journalism.
sleep much last night, and then I slept for like 4 hours afterwards. Oh, they want to desperately rope me into the Kiwi Farm stuff. And I think Andrew finally asked, or I think Andrew might have stated in our closing arguments, like, they should have sued Kiwi Farms. Like, why is Kiwi Farms not listed as a defendant on this case? Destiny, if granted, what behavior would the PI enjoin anyways? Basically nothing, which is the whole point, which I think was one of our arguments, right? Like, even plaintiff doesn't accuse me of continuing to share any videos of them, except for one weird hearsay thing related to the Abbey. But even that was 2 years ago, even if her statement is true. And so otherwise, there's like no behavior to enjoin. And it doesn't even make sense. Like, why? Like, yeah, the plaintiff isn't even really accusing me of like continually doing this. So.
Tron, I feel like I'm probably so genius, right? Because I be making people mad from chat. Okay. That is the very definition of Dunning-Kruger, okay? Like, literally, word by word, what you just said. Dude. Why? Why would you say that?
Oh, yeah, they tried that. They tried that, but I think the judge asked for more clarification afterwards, right? Because they did, because they were like, because I think the judge said, do you have any other evidence besides this Abbey person who didn't show up? They had no witnesses today, which they don't technically need,
Yeah,
but
smart is when you make
I feel
people
like
mad.
a subject matter jurisdiction question is very scary because you can get your whole case, their whole case will be tossed if they don't have that. And they have
Yeah.
no likelihood of success on the underlying state claims. The state claims are unhinged. They're like cyber sexual harassment, and they require malicious
Sexual
intent.
harassment.
And they might even require, I think, publishing of the media. And despite what Kiwi Farms or Gisticle or other
Oh my
retards say,
god.
if you actually read
That's probably the president, right? Like, the president is probably like, fuck. Yeah.
case law, publishing, there's not like, it's not a cute thing where you're like, oh, well, technically if you link a video on here, the link can be made public. No, publishing requires you to post it on a public website. It's pretty unambiguous. If you actually read cases, you see this. So yeah, there were times where they tried to get cute with that. Like he tried to say like, isn't it true? Or did you have like a Google Drive link or whatever? And it's like, what? No, or this is like not as you're phrasing it. Yeah. It's so funny to see them try to roll through. This guy is questioning me. He's trying to roll through with like Kiwi Farms theories. And it's like, bro, really? Did the judge say anything about the whole Kiwi Farms will take down the video, but only with a court order thing? No, we didn't talk about that too much. But that on its face is like really stupid. It doesn't make any sense. A court order is an inappropriate mechanism to have a video removed and not reposted. The court order will only tell them to.
Guys, it's impossible to really hate Loki, okay? I just want to let you guys know that. It's impossible because she's endearing, okay? She's endearing! I don't know what else to say, alright? I keep people around if they're endearing. If they're just assholes, then I don't keep them around, okay?
Take down a specific link, somebody could repost it. And also, for however much Joshua, I don't know what dipshit legal counsel he has, if you're willing to tell somebody, if somebody makes you aware, hey, there's revenge porn on your website, and you're like, oh yeah, no problem, I can take it down. I just need a court order. No, you don't. It's your website. You don't need a court order. If you want to take anything down, you can just take it down. And Andrew kept getting confused by that too, because it's like, it doesn't make any sense for somebody to be like, oh yeah, like, I can do this. I just need to go ahead and send me a court order for it. Why? If you're cooperating with plaintiff or with attorneys messaging you, why does it matter? Oh my.
Pixie's lawyer watched the Queeman video to prep their case? Dude, that's so true.
God, Zip. And what was the lawyer was trying to trap me, where he was like, did you make efforts or whatever to get it removed from Kiwi Farms? And I was like, yes. And then and then later on he asked me, and he's like, your law firm hadn't actually filed a case yet, correct? And I was like, yes. And he was like, your law firm, then you actually didn't send your attorneys, oh, here's Noel's public statement saying that the attorneys didn't actually contact him. Isn't that correct? And I was like, yes.
Ooh, is that true? Was it a public statement? Can anybody confirm this? Where would I find it? No, right? The owner of Kiwi Farms, the master of Kiwi Farms, saying that they did not receive anything um coming from any lawyer to take down anything, no?
And he's like, so then, or whatever. And he's like,
Uh-oh.
aren't you contradicting yourself? Is that not a contradiction? And I was like, no, I can have somebody contact them who aren't my attorneys. And thank you, Noel, you fucking retard, because Noel publicly posted on his website that he got an email from my fucking manager at the time. Thank you, Noel. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate it.
I'm assuming Noah wants to save face if he removes the content and say I had to. See, here's the court order. Yeah. I mean, Noah is also notorious for never removing anything from Kiwi Farms, okay? Because I think he has a lot of pride relating to that. I think Noah unironically has a lot of pride relating to the way that his website functions.